Text message went out. Give it some time. People to wake up. Wipe the sleep out their eyes. Get over to the table. Great morning, great morning, great morning, great morning. Let me see if my animals is up. Let's see. You are now rocking with the best. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. This is the Heart of a Symbol production. That's right, our Heart of a Symbol production. And this is the Daily Toast. What's wrong with the lion? Where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. I had to go back to the old glass. The life of a parent. Beautiful experience. Trying experience. Great Kujichagulia to you as well, Brother Kwame. So, all we need is one person in the house. Song going down. of this long fast. I'm looking at a pyramid, and I'm on the bottom step. So I gotta go all the way up and all the way down. I know y'all like, that's cheap. Yep, 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 that's cheap. I got a little cheap fasting chart on my, I had to come up with something. I was in a hurry. I had to come up with something. So, tonight we will be doing the show Folktale for Grown Folks. Let me go on, read the folktale for you. It's called The Jackdaw and the Fox. A half-famished jackdaw seated himself on a fig tree, which had produced some fruit entirely out of season, and waited in the hope that the figs would ripen. A fox, seeing him sitting so long, and learning the reason of his doing so, said to him, "You are indeed, sir, sadly deceiving yourself. You are indulging a hope strong enough to cheat you, but which will never reward you with enjoyment." Wow. A half-famished jackdaw seated himself on a fig tree, which had produced some fruit entirely out of season, and waited in the hope that the figs would ripen. A fox, seeing him sitting so long, and learning the reason of his doing so, said to him, "You are indeed, sir, sadly deceiving yourself. You are indulging a hope strong enough to cheat you, but which will never reward you with enjoyment." That's going to be a nice conversation. All I got to do is get home on time, right? That's going to be a nice conversation. So, now, oh yeah, I'm about to send out the first package. I got to get the box and stuff so I can send it out. We're still working on that. It's still going down. I got to post up the Deli Toast shirt. I'm still working on that, putting it together. I already got the writing done. I just got to go and take the pictures and post it up. Now, on my on the fast, one of the things that I do is that I try to I do a folk tale a day. So let me share the folk tale. Was actually is more of an African. It's not Aesop, but the story that I had to go through and I had to decipher for yesterday was killing virtue. Now check this out. A woman was going hunting with her husband. Her husband left her out in the woods. She couldn't find her way home, so she just made herself at home, and soon she had a child. Gave birth to a son. But unbeknownst to her, almost right next door, I guess in a cave or something, a lion gave birth to a male cub, a little Simba. And when the mother went out to hunt, when the mother lion went out to hunt, the human mother went out to gather roots and berries and stuff. And unbeknownst to either one of them, the children started playing together and they became close and tight friends. Until one day, the lioness waited and noticed that the human went out and killed the mother and brought the food back to the young lion. Now check this out. So, young lion looked at the woman, looked and seen that she was familiar in some way, and he was very sad and very depressed. So, when it was the appointed time for him to go play with his friend, the human being, he went out there and the little friend looked at him and said, "What's wrong with you, lion?" You know, the lion said, "I haven't eaten all day and I got some bad news for you." He said, "What?" So, because his mother was out hunting, he dragged the boy to the cave and he showed the boy his mother. And the boy sat there and cried, and it moved the lion's heart. And the young cub said, "Look, I am going to protect you and take care of you until you are able to protect and take care of yourself. And I will also get vengeance for you." So the young cub took the human child out of the cave took him back over to his space, and every night when his mom brought home food, he would give the human a large portion of the food. And as the lion started growing, he started demonstrating to the boy that he was going to take vengeance for him. So every day he would find a paw print of his mother's, and he would put it in and see that it was too small. And eventually, and after doing this, he showed that his paw was big enough to take on his mother. So he went with his mother and he asked her to teach him how to hunt. And when she taught him how to hunt, he turned around and he killed her. And he dragged the body back for the human. He said, I've taken care of my first part. Now I'm going to take care of the second part. He said, now it's time for you to return to your own kind. And I want you to go back and I want you to get married. And I noticed this girl, she's a chief daughter, and I want you to marry her. He said, oh, okay. He said, well, how am I going to do that? I don't have anything. He said, don't worry about that. When she goes to get water, I'm going to snatch her up, right? And I'm not going to hurt her, but I'm going to take her. And you're going to go and ask the chief for her hand in marriage. And the chief will give her to you because you're going to rescue her from me. So he go in and he tells the chief he wants the chief's daughter hand in marriage. But all the other people knew that the girl was gone. And he said, well, I'll say the girl. So he went to a certain designated spot. Lion gave him the girl. Long story short, they got married. And the lion and the boy sat down and had counsel. And the lion told him, said, listen, you need to build your hut, your house out in the outskirts so that me and you can kick it every Friday. But you can only take one wife because when you take on another wife, it's going to be trouble. Right? He said, okay, I'll do that. So they built this little house on the outskirts, and every Friday him and the lion played. And before the lion came, he would send the woman off to her family. Everything was cool, right? Then, of course, another woman had to come. Let me take a sip of water. She was very rich, very demanding. She knew what she wanted out of life. She decided that she wanted to marry this man, right? The man, the star of our story. She wanted to marry him. She turned down everybody, and she just kept getting on. She basically got on his nerves to a point where he said, listen, I can't marry you, but you could be part of my family. All right? So he went to the lion. He said, lion, we might got some problems, but I took care of it. Well, the lion said, what you mean you took care of it? He said, what's going on? I didn't get married. I allowed the woman to be part of my family. He said, man, that's going to cause problems. So every Friday, he would send both women away. But the one that was just part of the family was not like his wife. The wife would just go and chill with her family and come back, at a designated time. No, not this one. She want to know why this man want to be hanging out by himself on Fridays. And when she seen the lion come around the corner, she immediately ran and told a hunter. A hunter laid in wait for where the lion usually came and went and murdered the lion. He shot the lion with a bow. The man heard about his friend being killed and ran to the lion and sobbing and crying, grabbed the arrow and said, because I didn't listen to you, I killed my friend. And he took the arrow and stabbed himself with it and killed himself. Now his wife, when she heard about what happened, she ran up. She seen her husband laying on top of a lion, died. She went home, grabbed a rope, and hung herself. Now the question is this. Which of them showed the most virtue? That's a long ass story. Then they hit you with the question at the end. Which of them showed the most virtue? The lion, the man, or the wife? So during my fast, I go through different books and I pick up different stories. and just kind of reacquaint myself with them and stuff like that. And that one right there is hot. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the style of story that was used to not only um, teach young people how to think, but it taught them how to debate, how to disagree without becoming disagreeable. Because some people would say the lion, some people would say the man, some would say the woman, but then you would have to be able to support why you thought what you thought. I mean, brilliant, brilliant concept, brilliant idea. You know what I'm saying? Stories are how we learn. Stories are how we pass on culture. Uh, stories help us learn to deal with issues in life, or they can. But for some reason, we felt we grew beyond them. So of course I'm gonna be as I grow hungry. As I grow hungry, I'm going to be coming up with some recipes and all types of shit. So y'all get ready because we're gonna be going through all types of. Because it's not on me yet, but I think Kwame was here last year. I became a baker. I still got that sourdough. I still got that sourdough in there too, Kwame. I became a baker. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was creating all types of foods and looking up all types of stuff. So y'all gonna be in for a ride this 21 days, and then on top of that, I found out that the end of my 21 days, I'm gonna be out in the woods. Our camping trip is coming up that real soon, so I will be blasting that out. Family, we do need to have a meeting far as the Malcolm X Festival for the closing piece. So we gonna do some debriefing. I wanted to bask in the glow of success for a little while longer. Then also, last but not least, I will be. I'm sending out a text today. I'm supposed to be me because I'm trying to put together. We're trying to get a newsletter together. So, all right. I mean, because you do need some other news other than some of this shit that's just floating out here. We need to be able to grab on some stuff, have some commentary about it, and build up on it, right? Got to have. If you don't have the propaganda, you don't have a movement, right? So, to be as hungry as I am, I'm drinking awful slow. I don't understand. Hmm. Hmm. Last but when is the debrief so I can tell? It will probably be, well, it can't be on Ujima because Sister Navita she has something that pops off on Ujima. So I'm thinking possibly tomorrow. And I will be getting in contact with you, Miss CeeLo, about the newsletter. I just, because it, Kujichagulia came up on me kind of fast. And that's the date that my daughter could meet. And so, I'll be in touch. But I'm thinking tomorrow. So we could go and get this knocked out, get it finished, uh, turn in the last little bit of money, straighten everybody out, and build, right? Very mature. Go ahead, Shaka. All right, so here we go. Lifting up our glass to toast the Creator by whatever name you choose to call the Creator. We call on that great force, that great power that unites us all, the very first ancestor, and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move on to the stars of the show. Pull out our ancestor list. So we call on Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert and Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, Georgia William Walter, Kristen Fanny Gatson, Chris and Fanny Gatson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Mon Jones, Jeremiah Tappet, John Fallard, Montague Pitt-Manel, Nomo X, Sapet Mount, Ra, Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Bropro, Actor Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulley, the Luxor Brothers, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kill Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rendelman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hines Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Ware, Levita Farmer, Igosa Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson. My fault. I thought we said we might do it on Kaumba. I gotta think about that. Let me think about that. Because I'm thinking, well, hold on. Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clayburg, Beatty, Sarah Ware, Levita Farmer, Augusta Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles, Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankston, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Dorita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. S. Sr., James Parham, Daniel Jones, Henry Worrells, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie LeBester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineau, Elder Imhotep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lisa Eleanor Howe, Frank Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy. Jeanette Sanders, J.C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders. Oh, that reminds me, somebody got to put on the list. Baba Naeem, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., John Dewey, and Ruth Beard, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Bet Vaughn, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Stanton, Joe Jamel Alls, Miss Vanilla, Alvis Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erlington Houston, Albert Moore, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Evo Ford, James Hairston, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas, Lewis, Mary Frances, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Vivian Stevenson, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Lester and Rachel Saunders, John Bowie, Alex Nixon, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Aunt Becca, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Lee Irby, Tom Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Haley Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Donna Hill, Richard Glebus, Jerry Dorr, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Emma McClendon, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irving, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Stacy Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Jennifer Sensabaugh, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbert Longmire, Edith Catney, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Phyllis Lee, DeFreitas Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry. We raise our glass and we say our shame. From there, we move on to the present moment. Family, we are in the day of Kujichagulia. For those that speak the language, you know that self-determination, demonic principles, justice, color indigo, hermetic law correspondence, male name for the day is Kwabena. That's me, that's me, that's me. Female, Abena, right? That's Gina. In the African Center Cultural Virtue and Value System, taught by the Emotional Emancipation Circle today in Wolof, is Cursa, self-respect and respect for others, and Akan ethics, generosity and beneficence, and Ifarabali, calmness in Yoruba. Alright, so activate those reticular formations. We are on the hunt for Kujichagulia. Where is it active in your life, in your community, in your friends and family? Right? So we toast this and we say Ashe. From there we move to our children's children on to infinity. It looked like Bub over there asleep. You ain't supposed to be asleep. You're supposed to be on that grasshopper, homie.
Yeah.
Cleveland, what you doing?
Grasshopper.
Get up and get busy, man. All right. We lift our glass and we say Ashe. From there, we move on. And where we moving to? Okay. We're moving to. Y'all ready? We're moving to all of our relations and we say Ashe. From there, family, we move from all of our relations to the most important, most powerful person, being in the room. You. All right? Toast you. We say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Let's see how it tastes. This one aged so smooth. Good job, Chaka. Good job. Good job. Can't wait to start brewing now, because I got to put see what all right, Cleve.
Huh?
Kwame asks you what's 25 squared, and he has 10 seconds to give answers. 25 squared. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I forgot how to square.
You forgot how to. He forgot how to square, Kwame. Chris CeeLo say 8.968. Kwame, he said he forgot how to square, man. What we gonna do about that, man? Huh? All right. So that means, oh, you won't be able to make it this Saturday. That means that on these up-to-date Saturdays, that's not right. It's 25 times 25.
It's 1855.
18, that's too high. Bub said 1855, but that's too high.
Oh, oops, 1255.
Too high. We talking about 25 times 25.
Yeah.
All right? Is that what we talking?
Yeah.
Okay. Do it.
I'll go to a company.
Huh? We know 20 times 20 is 400, or do we? Do we know that? Okay. Is it? Is 20 times 20 400? The 25 times 25 can't be.
It's 625.
Is it 625? I mean, that's over 10 seconds. I'm not gonna qualify your answer, my friend. But 625 sound about right. Let's see. If we do the crosswise, boom, boom, boom. We got 4, 10 and 10 is 20. Carry the 2, boom, that's 6. And we got 25. Yep, 625. So Brother Kwame broke it down. 5 times 5 equals 25. And raise one of the 2's by 1 to get 3. Then multiply 3 by 2 to get 6. Right, 625. 625 is correct. 625 is correct. Bubski.
Yeah.
Oh man, but I mean, consider you did two numbers before that. I mean, you had time. All right, but hey, family, I want to thank everybody for tuning in this morning. As I sit up here, and brothers gonna work it out, doing math in one's head. What's the point of that madness? Keep you sharp, CeeLo. Keep you sharp. You know, hey. She said, what is the point of that madness? Mind control, mind control. All right. So I'm going to thank everybody for taking the time to stop in now or later. So, of course, we're going to continue with the story. Square 35 times 35 in 10 seconds.
Wait.
Huh?
1255.
Bub said 12:55. Cleve, what you got?
He's asleep.
Oh.
I know you're not asleep.
No, he's not asleep.
My feet.
35 times 35, boy.
25.
Oh, my God. Well, they ain't got it in 10 seconds, Kwame. And these are the same questions he asked. I mean, y'all could at least, you already know what squares he going to do. All you got to do is just remember 25, 35, 45, 55.
Isn't it 1255?
What'd you say?
Isn't it 12?
Bub said 12:55. No, it's 12:25.
Oops. Excellent.
That wasn't a bad oops.
Instead of 25,
So, man,
forget how to square.
this is pretty good.
I remember it not school.
This is pretty good. All right, so I am out, family. Y'all have a great, marvelous, and wonderful day. I got to get ready. I got to get over here to the office. We got a work program that I'm trying to put together for some young people. And so I look like I won't be taking too much time off this summer. All right, I'm out. Peace. Peace out, YouTube. Peace out, Facebook. I can solve problems just fine, just not math ones without help. I can dig it. Math ain't everybody's thing. One love, fam. Peace. Peace out, Spreaker. Where my phone at? I just remembered while we was out in the woods. Rika Brantley. Alright, let's go. Do tap DJ. Sorry. Why do you do him like that?